I'd rather cut ties and take the loss, even though I just paid it off. Couldn't smell the fire burning down, even though I tried to pull you out. Blame, bruises and chains. I'll say your name, I'll say your name. But I won't beg for you, my dear. These knees have bled, pulled out my hair. Didn't know you tried to burn us down, even when we tried to work it out. But I won't beg for you, my dear. These knees have bled, pulled out my hair. Didn't know you tried to burn us down, even when we tried to work it out. Lord knows I've been to hell and back. I've met the devil and you're worse than that. You'd end the world before you save me. You'd hang yourself before you take the blame. Bruises and chains. I'll say your name, I'll say your name. But I won't beg for you, my dear. These knees have bled, pulled out my hair. Didn't know you tried to burn us down, even when we tried to work it out. But I won't beg for you, my dear. These knees have bled, pulled out my hair. Didn't know you tried to burn us down, even when we tried to work it out.
I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed in my mind, late at night, overthinking everything in my life. Just wondering if I'm doing anything right. All these demons inside start to really come alive. Oh my, I get anxious and I don't know why. I can hear my dreams calling me, but all these doubts are haunting me. Or why is it always right before I fall asleep that I get overwhelmed so easily? My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed. Would you look at that? Another person telling me that I should just relax, calm down and take it easy. Everything will be okay. Yeah, sure, cause that's what they all say. But oh, my mind isn't really my friend sometimes. I can hear my dreams calling me, but all these doubts are haunting me. Or why is it always right before I fall asleep that I get overwhelmed so easily? My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed.
Saw the text on my screen, thought I'd never hear from you ever again. Thought that I'd be cleared from your mind, it was racing. I knew that we're fighting the same thing. Ever since you told me what's happening in your head, I start to see you crumbling. From the smile that you're faking, you gotta stop the chasing. I thought a lot about forgetting you, thought that I would know. Said I'd only choose a couple days, just drop the proof. Thought that I could be cruel, fuck I'm in it again. Now I'm waiting too much for those check marks to turn blue. I wanna be the one that jumps with you naked. I wanna be the one you kiss when you're faded. I wanna be the one you think of when you look back and tell your kids time moves fast. I wanna be the one you kiss when you're naked. I wanna be the one you fuck when you hate this everlasting shit that keeps on changing in your head so you can waste it, waste it. I really tried to see what's beyond the love. Who do you think my poems were written for? Nights I drove vows to say things I only had minutes to say.
And hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, Shorty is here. Bonjour, Nick. How are you doing all? Been quite a long time since the last live stream, right? Um, yeah, summer. Taking some time off. But I guess it's time for a bit of an update on what I'm thinking about. A few counts I have in mind. What I'm looking for. Bonjour, Achille. Oh, it came back nice. Nice. Cool. Enjoyed. So yeah, let's dive right into it, right? It's working. I'm just checking the... Yeah, okay. A few settings, everything is working. So long that, yeah. So wait, some stuff was not configured, but it's working. So, yeah, quite a time that we had last week, earlier, Monday. And for now, it's been quite a nice recovery as well. For the one in Discord, well, it's probably not a surprise. Let's say I had quite a bearish bias, and I'm still in a bearish bias right now, to be honest. I'm gonna have a few counts that maybe to contradict a bit that bearish bias. Of course, there's some legit counts to say we have maybe finished the correction and going for new highs. A few in between as well, but yeah, I had quite a bearish bias. Not necessarily just because of Bitcoin, but also because of stocks and the kind of iffy situation we have on the financial industry as a whole. This could... I've been coding that for quite a long time, maybe a bit too much, but seeing a bit of exuberance in the market, especially, talking about NVIDIA as a main example, but the whole, tech and AI industry, quite an excessive run, in my opinion. Not something that is very healthy, I believe. It's charges that more suited for cryptos in the stocks, right? And that just a few stocks are what pulling the whole S&P and Nasdaq indexes. So especially Nvidia. So pullback was due, and I think it could get worse. Now, for now, we are still trading above the 200 moving average. So, maybe we got another leg coming, but at least we saw the effect that can have, right? Significant pullback, of course, but how much? Yeah, 30% pullback on Nvidia. You saw by yourself how it trickled to everything else. Well, especially the index. And of course, there's the yen situation. But I'm not going to dive into this because well, there's people a lot more informed, a lot more competent for that. But let's say just that for me, it's just a symptom of just an over-leveraged industry. Yeah, I don't know how we call that trade, but the fact to borrow money in yen and use this to buy stocks and just leverage it. I think this is across I believe to be across the whole industry here. So yeah, when you got something triggering the dump, it's not necessarily the only fault of that. Right? It's just an element to trigger. It's basics of the news trading. It's not necessarily the news that causes it causes the action, the direction, the triggering of the move, but not necessarily the whole amplitude of the move. So that is what I've been emphasizing my bearish bias. And I was taking a look as well at the TSMC because TSMC is the largest semiconductor, the largest chips manufacturer. Does especially as well for Nvidia, and for now this week is quite a nice recovery, right? Where we engulf the bearish gap so far, but we had very high volume of selling here, and it's not just coming. It's not like just a capitulation at the end, right? It's coming from the top here. It's actioning the market structure change here. Didn't check every news, but we saw people like Warren Buffett, I think, sold like billions and billions of different shares, especially Apple, I think. But yeah, some big guys took some big profit here, de-risking a bit. So it doesn't say we cannot go right? Yeah, at least it's quite a strong running, and until we get back above the highs, this could be just a corrective wave. Right? You don't really try to count that move down, but it's full of gaps. But it kind of look like more like an impulsive move to me. We have the potential for an ADC. But even if this is a corrective move, with the characteristic of that, I would tend to believe that this will be then a wave 4, right? It's still significant take profit from big guys, and looking at the next leg coming potentially will be most likely the 5th wave, right? If there is one. Well, let's come back on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, for now, we are at a very important level to me. I said I'm gonna keep mainly a bearish bias as long as we are trading below the 200 moving averages. Here's a daily one. And for now, that's where we are, right? Now, this kind of close that we had yesterday would suggest that we will go a bit higher here, at least take the high. Doesn't really look like a top, but candlestick pattern, it can be pretty trappy. So I'll not necessarily put all my eggs on just the fact that we close at the high of the candle, and that I wouldn't say that we need to go higher, but of course, that kind of suggests some relative strength here to have a strong daily movement upward like this and closing very near the high, just at resistance. So yeah, so the resistance being the 200 daily here, across of the 21 as well, but 200, and we have the order block from the beginning of this range here, so which we can call the preliminary supply in terms of Wyckoff here, at least a secondary one, because we have a small one here. And you know, this sort of block, I like it. You know, in terms of Wyckoff, you usually try to keep you highlight your event level like this, right? Because you see how it keeps a pretty good reaction, even if you have deviation here, bit of consolidation here, but overall you had quite nice reaction. So that's the two main resistance here, and we'll have an RSI or daily trend resistance here. It's when we lost it, so for me that was as well kind of the extra sign of weakness when we close the day here below that resistance that was claimed. Now we are back at it, so let's see. In fact, if we zoom in on the 4 hour, we're gonna have a similar resistance here on the RSI, you know, with the stops here. And we are also at the 200 4-hour confidence. So, yeah, you know, in terms of when the market becomes a bit uncertain like this, I like to, well, all the time I like to keep this simple stuff to gauge the trend. And so for now we're back at a bit more neutral, of course, or a lot more neutral than when we were here, and I've been continuing down, which we didn't. You can see the effect, the good reaction here, even the 21 on the forward. I mean, we see the squeeze. But yeah, we do have that, and in fact, it's coming into a 1-1 extension. So in theory, it could be a corrective move here. Here we have a diagonal, or leading diagonal here, so potentially A or 1, and B or 2 here. And if we are in a C, we should be continuing at least to the 161.8 or beyond. And a C wave, well, could be down here. Have another move. I don't know. The fact is that this last trend here from since Wednesday, it's not something. I'm not seeing any clear count into that here. You know, could be seeing you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you know, maybe a 1 here, some kind of flat here. Maybe a 2, but this is a bit too small for a 3. I mean, if we turn back down and go for new lows, well, of course, we could say inside, yeah, okay, that was a 3, 4, 5, but it's not really a proper one. So there's no high confidence in terms of count on this kind of movement here. And if you continue up, well, you know, maybe you have a 1, 2 and a smaller 1, 2 here, and you're going to explode, which is very much possible. You know, if we start really to claim this resistance, this big resistance, we could see an acceleration. Well, the same way we saw kind of an acceleration here. Right? It's just the fact that been a lot of people getting wrecked on this move down here. So, you know, market react that way, and it just doesn't offer a very good proposition to get back into a long securely for whoever got stopped, wrecked, and tried to get back in. which aggressive, which is normal when we have an aggressive. So yeah, we'll see. For now, yeah, I'm, keeping a short positioning as long as we stay below here, right? Getting cautious. Uh, I took quite a few shots in this move up, well, especially into this hand here. Thankfully, at least we got a move to a little bit of profit here, but in this kind of situation, don't really want to keep too much risk, so I'll keep my stop rather tight. If we get a run on the stop losses here, prefer repositioning later, even if it's not a lot later, even if it's in the trend mode, because yeah, obviously this can go vertical, continue to go vertical if it climbs. So it's gonna be a few main reasons to be still bearish at this level. Main one being simple 200 moving, and there is also quite a lot of resistance here. So we had some sell wall here that's why I was shorting so much here, well, especially when we had the diagonal here as well. But now the amount of cells that we have can reach a critical level. So we are above 500 million on derivative. There is not so much on spot, and I've been using this tool a lot lately, while in this range particularly. With spot giving me the best signals on the sell side. And for now on spot, there is not so much sales anymore. It's quite an empty book. There's not a lot of bidding either, right? You can see it's pretty low. We are like at 50 millions of aggregated order book on the 2.5% spread. So it's rather low. You can see there's still the sales here, up here, above the 70K. We'll see. That make me, consider some count that might look to take some stops here, maybe. We'll see that after. But yeah, it has been pretty precise. Well, precise, maybe not the good word here, because you can see that well, we continue to move up quite significantly here, but here and reach 100 millions on the 0.1% spread here. You can see that it correlated pretty well with the tops, right? And this one, last very nice shot that I took. So for now, we don't have this anymore on spot, but we have sell side on derivative. So tell you a bit of the situation of the market here. Also, we had a bit of absorption on spot. It's not necessarily that much visible, but on the drop, a bit of buying. Now on derivative, no, it does work as well. It was a bit more precise for the buy side for me. You know, this 500 million level of deafness into the aggregated of the book was pretty well correlated with bottom. A bit less here, of course. But on the sides of the as well. Quite a bit here. We still had to move up. You can see the big balls here. Yeah, the tops here when we reach above the 500 million. On the south side, we was creating stops as well. So quite significant supply, but that also mean, and this is in correlation with what I just said before on the other charts. I forgot to speak English. What I mean is, yeah, if we start to move above this, either getting filled or not, and the wall could get pulled, right? But that tells a lot, right? That means that, yeah, if this supply get bought up, can lead to a major squeeze. Well, major move. With always precaution, yeah, you know, you can have a run on the small positions, stop some liquidation and come back below, right? But yeah, if this level get claims, yeah, might go for the very high of the range. I will check the comment a bit later. I'm gonna try to keep the flow going on what I have to say, so I don't get lost, and I come back on the comment a bit after. I will do a bit of Q&A if you have question or suggestion. So yes, so that's the same chart basically. Now, just maybe before the counts, quick look, you know, one of the things that make me is a bit more neutral here is to see Bitfinex still on the buy side, rather flat for the past month, almost a bit more, a bit less. But yes, still trading at a premium compared to the rest of the market. We still have, yeah, recurring position, open interest here on spot margin. Testing, yeah. Even have a 5-way structure. But yeah, this still has a premium, still long position in green here. Not really troubled by that move down. Now, you know, Bitfinex can be buying a lot and a lot more, even if we you know, and there's people that get tracked as well between. So usually I don't like to trade against them, but they are not the only big guys in this market anymore. And yeah, their bias, their positioning can take a long time before getting the full effect. It's more for spot trading. You can see starting really selling into the 50K before getting really a peak here. The peak here with a $400 discount here. Oh, it took quite a few percent of move before stopping. So yeah, Bitfinex trader are still bullish. Are not afraid of the situation. Yeah. Now, oh, I didn't want to start with that count. Now in terms of counts here on this mid-time frame to start, we had a count that the same count that I've been sharing for the past few months. In fact, didn't change so much, right? It's just the question of the sub count of that wave 4 here, right? But this count is still something very much valid, right? We do have Right, we trace to the 3-2 on the log, 50% on linear, so both were precise here. Good correction in terms of yeah, good level of correction for wave 4, right? Even in terms of time, if you compare it to the proposed wave 2 here, it's pretty equivalent. I didn't even check precisely, but yeah, almost a 1-1. So almost exactly the same time. In fact, if I take the very low of the move here instead of proposed wave 2, or in between. So yeah, I mean, it's a very good candidate for wave 4. And if that's the case, that means, yeah, we're going for the 5th wave, so we're going for the final wave of that cycle, which would be, I mean, completely in bar with what have happened on all the cycles in terms of time, right? I don't really have a time chart here, but yes, supposedly if we play like the other cycle, we still have a year or so of a trend before shooting a top. So in theory, that's still very valid. Now the strength of that wave 5 gonna have to be defined. There is target that I have somewhere. I forget where. Berlix. Yeah, 240k. Yeah, that's the target I had. That doesn't mean we have to play the same target that we did on the previous cycle. The intermediary target, very interesting to me, being just taking the trend line from the previous tops here, which is in correlation with a classic target for 5th wave, when the same length, wave 1 being the same length of wave 5 on a log here, but we have, yeah, correlation between this trend line and this target, so that's why I kind of like it. And just below the 100k mark, so kind of find that interesting also in terms of psychology, you know, because if we start really to move up into aggressively into a new trend here, well, you can guess what's gonna be the sentiment here, and people just looking again for the crazy target, which are also reachable, right? I am not saying it's impossible. Just find this as an interesting, at least where I'm gonna be extremely cautious, and if I have correlation with a sub count, lower time frame, if I'm able to find something correlation with the counts and other stuff, you know, order book and Bitfinex and so on, you know, probably where I'll be extra cautious here and potentially positioning, or at least edge. But yeah, anything between this and 240 is possible in that case. In fact, I even have a sub count for that, which is the bullish here, so it worked pretty well. I don't know if I shared it before, but you know, you have an ABC that suggests you ABC flat here. So in fact, that's also why I was pretty confident about that short here. You know, we had a pretty nice impulsive structure coming out of the low here. So very trappy setup here. It was a flat, as I was expecting it to be. But yeah, potentially a WXY here. So the Y is a bit short. That's why I'm not necessarily completely sold on this, but that works. Short in terms of time, not in terms of depthness. In fact, in terms of depthness, we do have a 1-1 extension, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's the ABC. Well, a BPM, but it's okay. It's a capitulation of. Now, some of the counts. Which one I start with? The what I like maybe is a big flat here. So that's if the again that count to fulfill would need the help of the rest of the financial system to be collapsing in unison, right? If this gets worse there, we could see shots of some, but that would need some help to get them right. But the idea is simple: having an ABC as a wave A here, an ABC as a wave B. It's something we talked about even a year or two ago, I think, as Polynesia, right? And this would be whatever. It could be an expanding diagonal here. It could be a 1. It could it can allow us to even get the liquidity here. It doesn't need to, but it could move up a bit more here as long as it doesn't take the high. That makes this a wave 1, a 2, a 3, right? But going, the idea for such a count would be to go at least to the 61.8 extension of A predicted from B here. We have a very nice level that have not been tested here, right? This around 30K, so that support resistance here. And I don't dislike that idea. It could go a bit deeper as well, depending of the level of doom. But could go to the 1-1 extension. Changing the lows here, could even take the low, right? We need to expand it flat. The idea of this flat being on the larger count that we have on the Helix mode. It's a similar idea that we have anyway. That's not the right one. What is that count? Yeah. Well, not that one. Okay, the main one. Anyway, 1, 2. Oh no, yeah, that's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a big way. Okay, that would mean some kind of macro third wave here. I don't know, 1, 2, 3. I don't have it in mind here. It's probably a way to put something. And that will be a macro force wave of some sort. And, I don't know why. So I can like that idea. Of course, we are still far away from this. But things can turn pretty quickly, as you saw. We just need to take the low, right, that we put this week, and we can see really, things accelerate a lot more, right? So that was bearish big flat. Alternative could be just a 1-2, as we always do in that way. Gonna be a bit more clean on, yeah, maybe. The idea is that we complete a 5-wave structure here, and we're working on a sub-wave 2 of this level. So that would mean probably 6 months, a year of still bear market. It was the idea of still just retesting that theoretically. And yeah, very big flat, rule, yeah, alternative rules. And that's the main count. I don't know. So we still have the same bullish count. That I should maybe keep that one as my favorite because it has been my main count. I'm starting to, at least inside, starting to flip a bit bias. I was maybe a bit too much excited last week because I made so much on that short. I was seeing the situation unfolding as I was seeing it on a lot of stuff. So maybe a bit overconfident on my bearish bias here. While my main count, in fact, is just following as I probably talked about during my live stream. I don't even remember what I said, but I think I talked about this exact scenario. And a few months ago, I talked about, pretty sure I talked about the potential for just a choppy downward summer, just to exhaust the body sentiment. And yeah, and trigger the beer a bit more. So maybe that was it. I have no problem with that. Yeah, okay. Let me check a bit on the comment if there's any. I'm not seeing. Cool. Yeah, we filled the CME gap indeed. So that makes it a bit less bearish. Because you had the potential for an exhaustion gap here. It's less of an exhaustion gap now that we filled it. Especially when we had this kind of upward gap and downward that made that, well, that still makes this setup rather bearish, in my opinion. No exhaustion gap, a bit like here. In fact, a bit like this. We had this upward gap and a downward gap. I tested it a bit later here. So I was seeing something similar. It's just a gap. Screw gaps are interesting. That is filled. So I was not necessarily expecting such a strong rebound here. I was kind of looking for more acceleration over the board anyway. But now, a bounce like this, as strong as it seemed, you had quite a lot of selling pressure here. We know there have been a lot of spots selling here because the spot that gave the best precise reaction here, and it didn't had so much on the buy side, not as strong reaction here. So yeah, now we are seeing a lot of side on the derivative. Kind of feel like this. You can see how derivative might have been used to prop up the market to continue, you squeeze up a bit the shorts here and use that to help you distribute in the spot market. And talking about multiple market strategy, we still have a lot of open interest. Like, there's a lot of things happening on options, and options are still rather into a formal stage. So a lot of got tracked obviously this week. Max Payne 59, and we are at what level? Yeah, we are above 60. Okay, so that was for this morning expiration, I think. Yeah, let me just screenshot that because it's going to disappear. Right, yeah, I've been a bit more puts here. Got engulfed in some call to get back into profit here, but you see the high level that is being sold into options. That's also why I think we don't see the same reaction than we used to when we are looking at just the open interest, even if open interest give still good data overall, but compared to 2 years ago where there was 90 or 95% of the volume on Bybit and Binance, now we have a lot on options on CME and EDO. The next big expiration gonna be at the end of the month. So we have 3 billion, and you can see there's still double the amount of calls than puts, right? Even more here for the 27. What are the price? 27 of what? I don't know why American puts that date old like this. So 24, it's 2024, 12 if the month, and 27. Okay. The 27th of December, 2024. Can you put it? It was a web around. Okay. So lots of calls above 65. Got to 27. More than double. Almost triple. The amount of calls and bets here. Calls are really much below 45. Intimacy is still at the state of FOMO. And we say for the end of this month, 30, ratio of 34. Double the amount of calls of calls and bets. With big 65, 70k, 75. Oh, that make me think I forget a few counts here. Those corrective ones. 48. This range 60, 70k still. 60, 70k, we can still come back into that. Yeah, on the mid time frame. So we had the WXY here. Lower time frame, we have bearish WXYZ, which is we can just continue to slide. How high is like, maybe this is an ABC finished and we come back, we take liquidity here and we continue to fuck around like this. It's completely possible. and come back where at this 66,666, because we are gonna stay at this level forever and ever. You know, maybe come back later and just take solo again slightly, or not even, you know, because we have a bit of a truncation potential here. Barely. I think this is a low and this is just a sideways. No, the lower maybe. Anyway. So WXYXZ, not the most excited count, but maybe one of the most painful. Unless the most painful is bearish tricky flat. So this is quite deep for a B as a flat, but it's inside the what I tend to allow. Usually I will tend to allow this kind of deep once 161.8 retrace rather the other way around because of the bullish nature of Bitcoin. I don't know, maybe you could turn things a bit more here. Maybe you can tweet account saying you have PC here. It's just this is looking so much like a this is I don't know about this one, but it's just an alternative, you know. May allow to just sweep these highs. Okay. Not necessarily all of them. It's this one. Let's try it. Maybe all of them will work as well. The idea will just be a flat inside a flat one. In A, B. So it could also go to nearly 80k and still be valid. Basic liquidity sweep and come back into something. This flat ID. And since we have the potential for an ABC here, rather clean, at least on the 1 hour, as long as we don't dive too much into the count of the C or whatever, and we retrace to the golden pocket here. Precisely golden pocket. Only, you know, just basics Elliott Wave stuff. If we are in a downtrend, we are in a downtrend so far. Why not just hiding a 1-2, right? In fact, it could even be more bearish, right? It could be a 1-2 here. We'll go quite more aggressively down. I'm not sharing the most doomish of all the counts, but yeah. That would be, you know, the one for the idea of a big 1-2 here. Or this could be 1-2. 3, 4, and 5 here for the idea of a big ABC. Or we could have a recommendation here. It doesn't have to die that much. In that case, we'll have, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, 3 somewhere here. For a new 4 it can be your accumulation level, and the 5 the final spring of the row. of your reaccumulation range. So here it is. Do I have any question, any suggestion? Not so much. Still not. Okay. No worries. It's okay. I think I covered everything. Maybe an interesting range on the open interest, as always. I don't remember, maybe it was... What was my range? One here. It will tell you the pin that can came, right? That was... I had another in mind, but I just bought it. Maybe it will. Yeah. That is interesting. At this time, I suppose. Oh, by the way, another factor, an element of confidence for the bear bias on the last stop of July. All-time high in open interest here. Added to Trump's speech and everything else, the little stuff like this that tell you market might be a bit overconfident here. I think this was neutral. And open interest and on coin margin is quite obliterated here. There was a big tech profit. Okay, so with that said, if I have no question, see the streams number going down. I'm just gonna finish my streams here. It was a pleasure to be your host. Evening. I hope to another stream one of this day, right? I know, I'm just not gonna force it, depending it's being demanded. If there is views, gonna come back sooner or later, right? But thanks for joining. Appreciate you all. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.